can eat oregano even on my scrambled egg.
It doesn't go with everything, but hey.
Yes, it does.
Mexico is full of traditions, and the pozole you're about to have at your dining table truly represents the characters of a Mexican celebration. So make this red pork pozole your very own and enjoy it with friends and family. After all, that's what this dish has done for generations. It brings family together. We're gonna start with the meat because it's gonna take the longest to cook. We have to develop flavor, allow it to get nice and tender. And we have 3 cuts. The first one is going to be 4 pounds of pork short ribs. And I asked the butcher to cut them into medium-sized square. Try to have all of your cuts similar in size. 2 pounds of pork shank and 2 pig's feet. Try to get these from a reliable source where they're nicely cleaned, and also have them cut them in half for smaller pieces. Generously seasoned with salt, and I'm only gonna season the ribs and the shank. Also do a generous amount of ground black pepper. Flip them and do the same on the other side. Place a large pot over medium-high heat and heat a couple of tablespoons of avocado oil. Once nice and hot, brown the meat on all sides and do it in batches if you need to prevent sweating. That way you get a nice color all around. Browning is such a great way to add depth of flavor, so why not take advantage of this opportunity? The last batch looks good. Now add 1 gallon of water and the rest of the brown meat. The pig's feet go in. I didn't brown them. Together with that guajillo, it's really gonna bring some body and thickness to this broth. Grab a head of garlic and slice the top off and just add it in. 3 bay leaves, 1 full white onion and just slice it in half. I'm also gonna take that top peel straight into the pot and just allow this to reach a full boil. Now lower the heat to medium low, that way it reaches a gentle simmer, and remove that foam that's gonna rise to the top. Cover it and we're gonna check this in 1 hour. While that's happening, let's make that sauce that's going to flavor the entire broth and give us a beautiful color. Start by removing the veins, seeds, and stem from 12 guajillo dried peppers and 8 puya chiles, which is basically like the guajillo's brother, similar in flavor, just with a kick of heat. With a damp paper towel, clean those peppers because, believe it or not, there's dust, a little bit of debris in there. And since they are gonna get exposed later on to hot oil, we don't want them to get completely wet because after this, we're gonna let them dry. Just cut them in half or smaller pieces. That way they fit into our pot later on. Grab another white onion and a head of garlic cloves, but first roughly dice that onion. Transfer it into a dish. Now smash 6 garlic cloves and peel them. Place a medium saucepan over medium heat and heat a couple of tablespoons of avocado oil. When it's nice and hot, add in the onions and the garlic. Saute them until slightly softened. Stir in 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano. Cook it in there for about a minute. That way those essential oils release. Again, we're deepening flavors here. Now the dried peppers. At this point, make sure you stir continuously because you don't want them to burn. That will turn your sauce really bitter. There's no going back. So just make sure you are being constant when stirring. This should take a couple of minutes. It's gonna release their fragrance. You're not gonna miss it, believe me. It's very noticeable. I can totally smell this. The excitement is real. Turn off the heat. Carefully remove 4 cups of broth from the pot and pour it into the chiles. That way it rehydrates the peppers. It's gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes. And this broth has been cooking for about 1 hour at this point. It's a tough can. I'm working on that hominy. Rinse and drain a full large can of 110 ounces of hominy. And once rinsed, it should yield 64 ounces of just hominy, literally cut in half. And set it aside until needed. Grab that blender and add all of the ingredients in the saucepan. Cover I'm gonna remove that top. That way we have an escape hole. Place a towel right on top of it and let's blend it until it is smooth and the chili skin has completely broken down. If you cannot get it this smooth, you're gonna know because you're gonna have chunks of that chili skin still in there. You can always strain it, but it's always fun to skip that straining step. Ooh, I can smell that already. 1 hour is up. I'm just gonna remove the onion and garlic. They have served their purpose. Now pour in the sauce. This is starting to look like pozole. Add 2 cups of water into the blender. That way we get the last bit of sauce. Swirl it around. Into the pot it goes. Now carefully add in the hominy. I say carefully because you don't want to splash yourself. Stir everything in. Una delicia. This is looking so good. Allow this to reach a gentle simmer, then cover and cook it for an additional 1.5 hours or until that meat is fall off the bone tender. Now spoon out some of that fat, the roast to the top. It is optional, but I like to do so. The final step is, of course, season it with salt to taste. And just stir it in.
It's a part of art.
Yes. That meat is full of the bone tender. That's exactly what we want. We are ready to serve. This is ready for the toppings. I mean, they are crucial. And we're starting off with shredded cabbage, also some diced white onion, diced jalapenos or serranos. Another great option is salsa macha. I'm gonna leave you the link to my recipe down in the description area. It is a very spicy salsa, just be aware. Rábanos, which is radishes in Spanish. Some Mexican dry oregano, it's a must. It's like a finishing touch that's really going to boost those floral tones. And of course, because we love avocados, you can just dice them and add them in. By the way, depending on how many people you're serving is the amount of toppings you're gonna need. For now, I mean, it's just me and Nelson, right?
Not much.
And a touch of lime juice to open up those flavors. Some tostadas on the side. We have them right here.
Let's do this the proper way.
What's the proper way?
We grab chairs.
All right, we're ready to taste. Nelson has 2 pillows under him because I guess our budget is not there yet. But
Whatever
this,
works.
off the bat, the colors are just drawing me in because Mexican food is not just about the flavor, right? It has to look appetizing, and we do focus a lot on that by using different colors, textures. It already looks
amazing. I'm missing oregano. You know I love oregano.
It really does boost that floral tone.
I can eat oregano even on my scrambled eggs, especially when Rosanna is not looking.
It doesn't go with everything, but hey.
Yes, it does. Oh, this is lovely.
Wow.
Just imagine yourself having a bowl of pozole, sitting at the table with your loved ones. You can even invite your pet, not to eat pozole, but to be around you.
I really hope you try this at home, enjoy it with friends and family. Don't forget that you can follow us on all of our social media platforms. The full printable recipe is going to be available on villacocina.com. That link is going to be available for you down in the description area.
More oregano.
Give me that.
Until the next one, everybody.
Bye.